Yo, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing tonight, today, wherever you are? Glare on the glasses, have the right mindset. I'm thinking good things. And I have Twizzlers. Woo! What? Twizzlers? Twizzlers. Go to live control room. See everyone's comments. Stream seems okay. Let me slide this over. Oh, yeah, what's up, dude? Yo, Leighton, my man, you were in here waiting for a while. How you doing? Yo, Matt, what's up? And the legend, Alex Torres. You've been in like every stream. You guys can hear crunching sounds? I'm sorry. So how's everyone doing tonight? Don't worry, we're just chilling. Yo, boss Zach in the house. How's it going? I saw that you were on Bronco stream the other day, right? But that was fun. Yo, Shaggy Howard. How's it going, dude? Yo, seriously though, I love Twizzlers Leighton. And my favorite isn't actually this kind. It's the kind that you can like tear off the string ones. Really enjoy those ones. Yo, what's up, The Activator? Nothing much. Just got done playing PUBG with my friends. Thought, hey, why not? Have I ever seen Lost? Lost is my all-time like TV series. That's my all-time favorite TV series. I started watching that like after it had already ended, and I binge watched that so fast. Lost was so good. You want everybody? You want everybody? John Locke is my favorite character. Shame what happened. Zunisha is Pluton. I don't know about that. Yo, what's up, that dude, Al? What's going on? Just finally got back for another stream. What's new? Yo, what's up, Landry? What's new with me? I start to go back to college next Monday. So classes start up again. Yay. Drew G. Dritson, how old are you? I am 23. I'm an old man now. Ethan Wong, how do you think Whole Cake Island will end? Well, I'm going to assume that if you asked that, you've already seen like my iteration of the cake theory, so I'm not going to mention that. So I'm going to try and think of new things to say for that question, unless you want me to elaborate and basically go over the theory. But let's see. To be honest, you guys know that like the editors overhype stuff or whatever, and that they've been saying that something huge and crazy was going to happen in the next couple chapters. I secretly hope that is something huge and then unpredictable. The best thing I feel about One Piece is that it's completely unpredictable. Whenever like I talk about things and I think they're right, and they're better than what I think they're going to be. So I hope it's something mind-boggling, like you never would have thought it would have happened. Similar to how in Eni's lobby, the Mary saved the crew after they were totally fucked. I would like another moment like that. That would be sweet. You're 24? Hey, that's as old as Joy Boy. What's my college major? I'm an information technology major. 31, Kuma pause. Kuma pause. That was cool, though. How long have you been reading One Piece, Kuma pause? Are you one of the OG readers who started way back? Did I read the editor's note for the upcoming chapter? No, I didn't. What does it say, Matter? Was it just like, are they going to live, or what happened to them? Let me know. I'm going to read it. You start college in a few weeks. Scary times. You're 16? Oh, are you a genius in the chat? Oh my god. Yeah, that's sick. That's graduating earlier? Must be better. Grandpa Joy Boy. Yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know how much older than me he is, but it's probably not that much. You don't want to get older? No one does. Getting old sucks. And the worst part for me is that for me, getting older, the worst part isn't like, you know, getting sore or whatever. It's actually the fact that my my digestive system has changed and I can't eat the shit I used to with just like no consequences like when I was in high school. What's up, Shogun? Carlos Cifuentes. You think the horned crewmate in the Blackbeard Pirates was a previous crew member of Kaido? Oh, is this a question basically about, didn't Flying Panda just make a video about Avalo Pizarro, if that's his name, I remember correctly? Him being like the former king or something. I didn't actually watch the video, but like I saw the thumbnail. And I don't know. Is there a lot of evidence to support that? Let's see, boss, that classes start for me on the Wednesday after this upcoming Wednesday. So I go back to my dorm this Tuesday, where in which I'll start making videos. Hopefully join more people's streams. And my boy, get it done. The best thing you can do as a content creator for One Piece is don't do what I do and be inconsistent. You want to have consistent videos. It takes a lot of dedication. Mika Hilton, Dritz. Make a video about Sanji using swords. Judge taught him how to use, so there might be a possibility. P.S. I'm also an information technology major. We suffer the same. I mean, I feel like this has kind of already been addressed a lot because of just Sanji's own creed. The only way you can say that Sanji would ever use swords if he breaks his own creed. So the video would then be, how do you justify Sanji going back on his word? Because he didn't mind dying for it earlier. Yo, Kale Storm. Oh, you finally managed to see me live. You haven't been to a live stream before? I need to do more for your times. What do I think Sabo's bounty is going to be? So here's the weirdest thing about Sabo's bounty is, is that, I don't know. I always find it weird that it's being revealed in One Piece volume and not in the actual manga. So I'm not really sure how to feel about that, because whenever Carter Curry's was revealed, like, oh my god, more than Jax, that was actually a huge deal. People were like, holy crap, this guy must be a god. But for Sabas to be revealed in a magazine and not in the canon story, I actually kind of feel a little weird about that. I don't know. If I were to guess a number, maybe 900 million to like 1.2 billion. I think that's fair. Where am I from? I am from Pennsylvania. Cheetos and dip. Nice. Get those fingers dirty. Alex Torres asks, oh, shit. I totally missed your question. Oh, here it is. What do you think will happen to Bartolomeo for burning Shank's flag? Basically nothing. I don't think he's going to suffer like dire consequences, kind of like, crap, what was that guy's name? The mud dude, the Mudlogia, the swamp dude. I forget his name. You guys are going to say it, I'm going to feel stupid. But it's not going to be like him where he basically got taken back to Kaido. Oh, the Note says, Whole Cake Island arc is coming to its peak. Oh, wow. What do you think will be the fate of the Straw Hats? Coming to its peak. So I'm not sure if that's alluding to the big surprise for next week or the week after. But it kind of sounds like a standard one. What's going to be my next video? Oh, also, guys, if I missed your questions, copy, paste that shit. I'll answer it. I'll get to you. My next video, so I said it before, Caribou, fuck. Oh, yeah, Caribou. Caribou and Coribou. Fucking shit. Anyway, next video, I said it was going to be this week for a theory, but I kind of didn't do it. A next theory, maybe this week. I'm not sure. I'm really lazy. But it's a theory that isn't going to be about this arc. So it's not like if I don't get it out now, then someone else is going to do it because no one else has thought of it. Can Nami create another weather egg? Definitely. I don't see why not. Is there like a limit to it? Like a rumble ball? Oh, I think so. Ace's bounty was never revealed in the manga either. Yeah, I never really thought Ace's bounty was a big deal. So I don't know. I feel like the fans are going to love it more than, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not that really hyped about it. I love Sabo as a character. He's amazing. But I don't know. For me, like the bounty hype, I was never like a huge part of it. Where or when will Dragon and Luffy meet? Oh, that's a good question. So I guess that depends what you believe is going to happen in Wano. Because a lot of people think that, revolutionaries might show up in Wano. And if that happens, then will other revolutionaries show up and like the aftermath of Wano? I feel like Luffy meeting Dragon is kind of like a endgame, like war versus the Marines kind of deal. Which means there's going to be a lot of hype around it and a lot more expectation than reality. People are going to be expecting like, oh, holy crap, Luffy's going to talk about his mom and stuff, kind of thing. What would happen if Luffy ate a rumble ball? Has there ever been dialogue in the story talking about the consequences of other people eating it? I'd have to look that up, but I would assume nothing. Maybe he would get sick. Do I think Pegasus will be making an appearance soon? Says that dude Al. I really hope so, because I feel like he should have had a bigger role. But the arc isn't over yet. I feel like Peckham's role is just starting, because maybe Pegasus will have a role similar to how he saved Pedro, where he begs Mama for forgiveness or something in some regard. Who would win, Zoro or Katakuri? As of right now, pre-Wano Zoro, Katakuri, hands down. That'd be easy. Easy peasy. Boop, boop. What's up, Papa Whitebeard? I saw you commented back on the thing that I commented on the previous review. I didn't get to get back to you, but I will. Yo, what's up, Mr. Artist 3? Have I seen the fan chapter of Luffy vs. Akainu? Yep, I did. And it was cool, but I felt like it was made from a fan who, I don't know, it feels like they don't follow theories as much as they should have, I feel like, for that kind of thing. Because there's a lot of things I felt like didn't really make sense, but it was fine. Great art. Way better than I could do, probably. Good adaptation of Gear 4. I feel like Gear 4 is really hard to draw. All right, there's a question up here that I wanted to answer. Oh, the Mac. Yo, what is up, dude? Yeah, I'm streaming again tomorrow, too. I just wanted to do this because I was fun. Oh, Elda Gutierrez. What do you think? Also, guys, before I answer this question, can you hear me chewing this? Is it really annoying? I'm just gonna stop just in case. I love Twizzlers, but I want to know you guys. I gotta choose first. What do you think will happen between putting Sanji and Nami? Now, if you watch my latest review, I think Nami is basically being used as a tool for Oda to open up a dialogue between Sanji and Pudding, so they can talk some stuff out. Because it's kind of like the misunderstanding between Lola, Nami, and Absalom on Thriller Bark, where Lola thought that Nami was after Absalom, but that wasn't actually true. I feel like some parallel to that is going to happen. Do I have any evidence for that? Hell no. Hadris, do you ever think we'll see Judge's eyebrows? I feel like it's a guarantee at this point. But do you guys care anymore? Like, the point we are in the story, if it just turns out that Judge's eyebrows are just curled, then I'm not going to give a shit. Because look where we are in the story. They're being chased by Big Mom. Their lives are at the end. And then it's going to be like a reveal like, aha, Judge has curly eyebrows, and so do you, Sanji. You got it from Judge. And wow. I mean, it would make sense, but I feel like it'd be kind of anticlimactic, depending on the way Oda does it. Now, if Oda incorporates it into a story where it's like a super surprise, that'd be cool. Favorite One Piece character? I'm generic, dude. I love Luffy. Or, since he put Lucy in Dressrosa, I love Lucy. No, from Jamaica. Oh, sweet. I'm not even going to try an accent because I'm not good at it. Am I streaming during the eclipse? Is there an eclipse? Ugh, gotta get out of my basement. When Rose says, if the light Logia and the darkness Logia clashed, do you think one would have a natural element advantage over the other? You would imagine that from, like, if you have a background in history of games between light magic and dark magic, you would assume that. But just the inherent properties of the Yami Yami no Mi, I feel like it would just cancel everything out. It's so OP. Do you think Vince Smokes will show up again helping the Straw Hats? It depends on which Vince Smokes, because I still believe, just like kind of like Joy Boy has reiterated if you watch his videos, which you probably do, is that ETG might be a problem. But I feel like maybe the rest of Germa might come and help in some facet. Because we already know that there was a squad sent after them. So they're obviously going to be brought into the plot at some point. Mm-mm. Do I think that Nami will feed Zeus rain balls to make a huge rain tempo to finish Prometheus? Oh, so using Zeus to kill Prometheus? It's a possibility, but you'd have to imagine in what scenario is Oda making up that would be necessary. Because it's not as if they're fighting Big Mom to completely defeat her or like make her like cripple her weapons. It's more or less fending her off. If there was a real engagement, like people were trying to defeat Big Mom, then that might be a possibility. But until that time, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. Oh, your Wi-Fi shit. Are you sure it's just not my internet? My internet's bad too. Hey, dude, getting ready for tomorrow? I just got done playing video games basically all day. So I was like, you know what? I feel like streaming. So I decided to do it. I'm still going to do it tomorrow, though. Who is Joy Boy? Is that like a question or like a meme? A question. I feel like the best ideas are either Prince of the Ancient Kingdom or King. You know, King of Pirates, you know, that entire lineage. Could Kizaru escape Blackbeard's black hole? Theoretically. If he's not having his Devil Fruit canceled. You would imagine. But actually, wait. Doesn't light get trapped in the vortex of a black hole? And it bends it? It bends light? If so, maybe not then. Maybe not. Oh, it's going to happen in LA. That's sick. Did I read the fan chat of Leave Yours Volcano? Yep, I did. I did. Do I think that all holders of the Will of D are capable of awakening Conqueror's Haki? Which characters not confirmed do you think can have it or can have it? So, I don't think it's a necessary requirement for all people to have the D to have Conqueror's Haki. I don't think so. But people who did have it, I mean, like, I can't see Saul having Conqueror's Haki. I feel like it might be a little more rare than that. What game do I play? The only game I basically play right now, if you guys haven't played it, it's a really fun game. I just got good at it, basically. It's PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. It's a battle royale game where it's, if you're playing solo, it's you against 99 other players in a giant island, and you scavenge for weapons and stuff, and you kill each other, and it comes down to like a 1v1. Really fun, really entertaining. Also really hard. Who's my least favorite supernova? Don't hate me, guys, but it's Bonnie. And until Bonnie gets some love, it's going to be Bonnie. Who basically is just below Apu. Will that merman chopper spotted make an appearance at the Sunny, soaking Katakuri with ocean water? So I don't think that's going to be their role, like helping defeat Katakuri, because if so, then all they really need is just Jinbei to do so. I feel like they're going to be involved in part of the escape. At least that's what I would imagine. It's a setup, small details, going to be a surprise, kind of like how the Mary was a surprise. Papa Whitebeard, do you think Eneru will return to Earth from Fairy Verth with his robot army? You know what, guys? To be honest, I am actually not that hyped about Enel. So, could he return? Yeah, but I'm not sure. Because if he does return, is he going to? In what way is that going to be important to the plot? Because you would assume that he would return to Endgame to help some way, but does Enel's ego support that? Yep, I have read the fan art, guys, for Luffy versus Akainu. If you want to ask questions, then go ahead and do it. Silver Super Zero. Mad, I'm late. Can I join the stream? Sure. DM me on Twitter, Silvers, and I'll give you the link. And I'll have you come in. I'm getting my headphones though. I gotta make sure that you guys aren't getting messed around with. Boom, headphone in, boy. I'll open my Twitter. Also, thank you for the donation, Silvers. You always donate. You're a total G. Boop, boop, boop. PUBG is basically Minecraft Hunger Games. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Boop, boop. How the fuck do I even share this shit again? Invite people. Oh, that's what I do. That's what I do. All right, boys. You like Dressrosa more than Whole Cake Island? That's fine. Dressrosa was an alright arc. I don't think it was super great or whatever, but I think it was solid. I don't think any One Piece arc is actually bad. Ooh. These earphones suck. They keep falling out of my ear holes. Do you think Luffy needs a new gear, or could he be good enough by perfecting Gear 4? Well, that entirely depends on Oda, because if Oda wanted it to be so, he can make Gear 4 strong enough. Because if you just increase Luffy's base stats enough, he's going to be to the point where he's stronger than everyone else. But just for new added twists, I think he'll have a new gear at some point. You think Vince West will show up in another arc? I know a lot of people want them in Reverie, but I don't see them being in Reverie. If they show up in another arc, it's kind of like everything else, guys, where people are like, well, they could show up at the end of the series where everyone shows up and it's a giant clusterfuck. Because if they don't show up, then they're basically being excluded from the story. So, I mean, that would be my best guess. I know people are proponents for Reverie, but, you know, whatever. Remy Z, how would you rate Whole Cake Island? Out of 10? 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. My least favorite arc. Davy Back fight arc. That's probably cheating. But if I were gonna give you a legitimate arc, goddamn. Man. I like Romance Dawn, the saga. I don't know if I can break that down into specific arcs. Because if I wanted to break Romance Dawn into specific arcs, I'd probably say I didn't enjoy. I liked Usopp's arc, but I thought the other arcs were better than Usopp's. Maybe the Syrup Village arc, I would suppose. Thoughts on Kyle's Devil Fruit? At this point in time, I'm really gunning for the Joy Boys revamping or repopularizing the dragon that ate Oni Oni no Mi. That would be sick. How would I rate Thriller Bark? 8 out of 10, maybe. Or 7.5. Something like that. Do I think Chopper will eat Pero's Sparrow as in his candy? He might for like a gag reason where, you know, Chopper loves candy, so it would make sense for him to eat the sticky candy. Yo, Silvers, did you DM me yet? I don't see a request for a DM. DM me. Go into one of my previous videos, and like there's gonna be Twitter at the bottom. Click on that, and like try to message me. Best arc for me, it's Marineford, then followed by Water 7/Enies Lobby, which I consider the same thing. But that's how basically I got obsessed with One Piece, just like everyone else. Now it's a bandwagon that came off of the hype. How close to your idea of the end of the series was the fan chapter? Nowhere near it. Okay, as I said, go to check on my profile, go to previous video. In the description of almost every single video I upload is a link to my Twitter. And you can do that. I have the link ready to copy and paste to you, my boy. 7 out of 10? Yeah, 7 out of 10 is good. Like 7 out of 10 is pretty good because 10 is perfection. That means you can't get better than that. 9 is godly. 8 is just like, 8's super good. 7 is really good. It's like, it's in between being okay, good, and great. So Whole Cake Island, I think, is just good. I know a lot of people dislike Whole Cake Island, but I'm not one of those people. I think it was a pretty good arc so far. Are there things Oda could have done better? Yeah, sure, but for me, this is kind of like a new blend of One Piece where I'm used to X, Y, and Z, and I'm not getting X, Y, and Z, so it's kind of like, what's Oda doing here? I think it's kind of fun. I came along late. Yep, I started from the anime for One Piece, and I didn't start watching the anime until I want to say somewhere between 18 and 19 years old. So that was like 4 or 5 years ago. What do I think about the new volume saying Katakuri is a Paramecia instead of a Logia? It didn't bother me. Kind of irrelevant. Oh, there's my boy Silver. Boom. Get your sweet round ass in here. Boom. All right, guys. Whenever Silver joins, let me know if you can hear him. And show some respect, okay? Put some respect on his name. Like Jinbei's name. Put some respect on it. You're so glad that Joybay made that video about Whole Cake Island? He originally wasn't going to make that video because me and him were raging to each other about the backlash from the chapter on Twitter. And like I was telling him how mad I was. Like I wanted to punch my my punching bag back there. I was getting pretty angry by talking to someone on Oro Jackson. And he was pretty angry too. And he was like making the video already. He's like, I'm not sure if I want to do this. I was like, well, do it if you want to. Might get backlash. What did I think about the fan art between Luffy versus Akainu? I thought it was really cool. Definitely some stuff that you would see. There was like some old fiction there, Sanji versus Kizaru. Old ideas that fans really like. Great art. What's really cool is like the paneling, kind of similar to Oda's. I thought it was really cool. Do I think it was realistic? No, not at all. But it was cool. It was like my boy is there. Yo, what's up, dude?
There we go. What's up, man?
How's it going?
I'm doing fine. And you?
Well, I mean, Twizzlers, baby. Twizzlers.
Hey, right now I wish I had some.
If I could pass this through the camera, dude, you'll be getting them. Boom.
All I have.
You guys hear him fine? Let me know.
All I have at my disposal right now is some Pringles, and I'm tired of the Pringles.
Well, they'll have to deal with it.
Hey, excuse the mess behind me. I have to situate myself inside the computer room at my house until I get my bat cave set up.
It doesn't look that bad, just like a box. I've seen worse.
Hey, if you could see what's like to this side, you probably call the police.
Is it that bad?
It's terrible. If the camera wasn't attached to the screen, not shooting. Yeah, but what's going on, man? You saw that you read the Luffy versus Akainu fan chapter.
Yep.
I kind of joined the stream pretty late, so I didn't really get your opinion on it. What do you think?
I thought it was really cool. I thought the art was great, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of unrealistic. Like I don't envision how the things went down, the chapter going down, but I thought it was a great effort. He obviously put a lot of time into it, so I gotta give him props.
Yeah, I definitely do. I actually did like the way he drew Gear 4. I've attempted to draw Gear 4 myself, and it did not turn out too pretty.
Yeah, that was one of the things I praised it for, because Gear 4 is like a ridiculously hard, like cartoony, weird proportions thing to draw and get the facial expressions right. That's really hard to do, and he did a good job of it.
The one thing that I actually did like, and I figured, and I actually thought of in my head at some point, is if Akainu were to fall into the ocean, if he were to put his magma into overdrive, would he be able to turn the water into stone the way magma does in, I guess, low temperature waters? Or like I wasn't sure how that would work, but that is something that I actually have thought of.
Yeah, I
One
feel like
thing
that's
that
been a common idea, but like I feel like the only way that can happen is if he uses his devil fruit before he hits the water and not if he's in it.
yeah, much like how people say Logias can get around hockey, like maneuver their Logia body around the hockey coated hand or whatever before it hits them. The same
Yep.
way people also believe that Buggy can avoid Mihawk slashes.
All right. So what my plan is, Silvers, I'm gonna treat you just like I treat everyone else, and I'm gonna ask questions and give you my point of view and then your point of view. We'll see what happens.
Hey, I'm open to anything.
All right, boy. Let's do it. Let's see. McKay Hilton. When Shiki returns to start a war, that will also be the time that Enel will return. What do you think about that? Well, my question to you would be, well, why do those two have to be together?
Personally, I'm not a big fan. I might get a lot of hate for it, but I'm not a big fan of Shiki coming back into the main story. Like we know from Chapter Zero, he did escape Impel Down. But personally, I believe that at the end of Chapter Zero, his whole let's start a whole plan thing, I believe that was filler to set up the movie, not something that will actually tie into the main story. But we do know he is in the world somewhere.
Yeah, I guess
But
it depends because a lot of people consider the movie to be canon at this point because Oda had a lot to do with writing it.
I would love it if Strong World was canon.
But like,
I
even if it
absolutely
was, I feel like people really like Shiki's character, so it's kind of like a no where they demand that he come back into the story. Where,
yeah.
as is it really necessary for him to do so?
I don't think
It's
so.
debatable.
I'm not sure if it was Joy Boy whose theory I saw a long time ago. I may be wrong about it, but when Capone first entered the New World, that flying island that kind of sucked him up, they said someone theorized that that island was actually part of Shiki's design. But at the same time, though, when I look at it, it
Weren't there like
the
thrusters on the bottom? Like it was
yeah,
definitely technology.
that's what I was thinking. Like I'm not sure that would be Shiki. If anything, that island seems man-made.
Yeah, it seems
Why
like
it would
something
be?
that I don't even know if it's going to be revealed.
Yeah, it may just be like Raijin Island. Like Smoker commented when when the Straw Hats first entered the New World, they could have ended up at three certain locations. Punk Hazard, Raijin Island, or it was another one that I can't think of right now. But he chose right and said Punk Hazard. But like Raijin Island, I believe it's something like that. Raijin Island, we heard the name, we've seen it, but that's all we may ever get.
Yeah,
Or
I basically agree with that.
or like
I don't
that
think it's
island that Apu
necessary.
was on. That Apu was on with the invisible bridge and the
Yeah,
giant animals.
let's see. Unknowns asks. Actually, wait, before there's a quick question. Tyler Hawk, does Akainu poop hot shit? Yes, he does. That's a fact.
Absolutely, that is fact.
Just like how Magellan poops poison, he poops lava.
There we go.
Make the correlation. Unknown. What are your thoughts on Luffy and Zoro fighting later in the series? Is this basically a question in response to Joy Boy's propositions of Luffy fighting Zoro? I think it's a possibility. Certainly, if you look at the evidence, it would appear that it could happen. But I don't know if it's necessary to happen in Wano to be like a subplot in Wano. And I also think it might be a bit repetitive to have it happen 2 arcs in a row.
Yeah.
Like it just happened.
And not just the fact that it's 2 arcs in a row. It's Luffy's two main fighters at that.
Yeah.
Like the monster trio. Personally, in Wano, people have made the comparison that Wano could be like the Water 7 in this lobby of of the New World. And I believe I'm not too fond. Yeah, I'm not too fond of the whole repeating cycle of an arc, especially if you look at Oda's structure, like in every single, well, I'm not gonna say every single arc, but for a large portion of arcs, the main climax is always we have a time limit. We have to beat this villain before that time limit is up. Alabasta, well, yeah, basically everything. Alabasta, we have to beat Crocodile before the bomb goes off in his lobby. Excuse me. In his lobby, we have to beat Lucci before Robin gets to the gates of justice. Even someone just asked if Luffy poops rubber. That's funny.
I'm gonna say no to that.
Yeah, not really. I think it only applies to Logies. Oh no, but Magellan is a
Magellan's a
Marine.
Paramecia too,
Yeah,
but he creates poison, and
yeah.
Luffy
Luffy
doesn't create rubber.
just made of rubber.
Yep.
But yeah, the whole repeating cycle, I'm not too fond of it, even though Oda can disguise it really well to the point where I really forget about it most times. But I actually I'm okay, back to the original question. I don't believe Zoro and Luffy would have that kind of altercation in Wano. I don't think it would be necessary. What I am a fan of is this is the one repeating thing that I would actually like to see in Wano for a one versus an army fight, similar to Luffy versus the enraged army, but instead of Luffy, it would be Zoro versus Yami
Samurai.
army. Samurai, the calamity, a calamity. I'm not gonna say the calamities because look at Jack. He was monsters. He was able to hold off Nekomamushi and Inuarashi.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm a firm believer. Well, I'm not gonna say believer. I have high hopes for Zoro and Wano.
Yep. So Dialogue points out, but at this point, Luffy having a conversation with Zoro is possible, and I agree with that. I said it was
Yeah,
entirely possible, and he did it with other members. But part of bringing up is that it might be a bit repetitive. I'm not sure if Oda wants to go down that route again. I do agree with all the evidence Joy puts out, bar him painting out Luffy to be a lot dumber than he actually is, in my opinion. But I mean, the evidence is there; it can totally happen. I can see it,
yeah,
but
definitely.
I don't think it's necessary. Because
Zoro
for
has
me,
that
it was always kind of
confrontation.
like, how is Zoro going to find out about what happened? How many of the Straw Hats actually share what happens to each other during the arcs?
I think that they do share information with each other. It's just off screen.
If they do, it's weird because what people have questioned a lot is why haven't any of the Straw Hats asked Luffy about Ace? Or
That's
like if Luffy's all right emotionally. You
that's
just
actually
assume that he is. They don't. They assume he's just
shows
fine.
up and smiles. But if I've learned anything from the real world, the people who smile the most actually have like the most problems. They just try not to let it out.
Yeah. Let's see. Justin V. Do you think Sanji may be willing to use knives again against someone with a food logia? Also, do you think there will ever be an actual food logia since Katakuri is a Paramecia now? I actually don't think so. I think Oda messed
Yeah,
up and he realized he messed up and he's like, no, guys. It was
yeah,
always a
food
Paramecia.
logia. I think that would be too far of a stretch. Like if okay, there were people who said food logia, like when Katakuri was classified as a logia, instead of mochi, they were saying he's a logia, and technically he is mochi, but his logia is more like tree sap
Yep.
instead of the actual fully prepared mochi itself.
Now, to give you like a weird, if there was another food devil fruit like a Streisand or a Streisand 2.0, then yeah, Sanji could use, cooking utensils to defeat said person. That'd be
Yeah,
pretty hilarious.
Especially
Wanza.
if Streusen is throwing food at Sanji, I could see him using that. Yeah, it would be the same thing as Wanze. It's Sanji versus
Yep.
Wanze. Wanze was actually using noodles.
Let's see. Dwayne Kitchell. When will Zoro fight Mihawk? So answering this question all depends on whether or not you see Mihawk dying before Zoro fights him. And for me, I don't know. I think it'd be really cool if Mihawk was actually saved for the last opponent for Zoro, like after Blackbeard. But I don't know. There's really no evidence to say one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 on it. If Mihawk does die, I would be severely heartbroken. Like I have a Mihawk figure in my room, but I would be severely heartbroken. But if he doesn't die, it's like, okay, I can still deal with it. But as for when he'll fight Zoro, I would imagine like EOS complete end of series. Like everything is done. The only thing left is for Zoro to actually
Another weird thing to think about is that so people got really mad at Big Mom not being super invincible and wrecking everyone in this chapter. How would the community react if Mihawk had died off screen against Shiryu without even
that
showing what he was capable of?
that would be just as bad as Shanks dying off screen.
Yeah, like that would be horrible. You'd be like, you hyped up Mihawk for 20 years, and he's boom, you're
And all
gone.
you gave us was he's short. I'm gonna stand here and throw slashes at Marineford, and then you kill him off screen. I would be. I'm not gonna say I would drop One Piece, but it would make me think about considering.
It would be a huge blow to the series, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. Tyler Hawk says Sanji brought up the reasons why he couldn't return to the crew, same as Zoro did with Usopp, so it's possible someone let it slip. I mean, the only person I think that would let it slip actually is Nami. Because if you parallel what happened between the arcs, I feel like Nami represents a lot of what Zoro went through with Usopp during Water
Definitely.
7. So if Nami had something to say about it, because you know she's going to say something at the end of the arc, she even alluded to the fact that it's not over. She was putting aside her grudge against Sanji for the time being. She could say something, or Chopper could, because Chopper knows they fought.
But I think
Chopper is the kind of character who'd be like, "Oh no, they fought," in front of Zoro, and they'll be like, "Oh, what the hell's this?"
But I think that Zoro would hold Nami in a certain type of respect, the same way she holds him, like she puts him on such a pedestal, seeing how they were the first two members of the crew, and she saw how Zoro handled Usopp in Water 7. I think Zoro would probably trust Nami enough to handle the entire situation with Sanji. And if he hears that, okay, she took care of it, she forgave him, everything's been situated. I can't remember. Did Sanji like openly apologize for attacking Luffy? Yeah,
Nope.
right. When he gave him the bento.
He didn't apologize at all. He hasn't said sorry yet before he's done.
Oh yeah, then yeah, I could actually see
Because
Zoro taking.
Sanji, if Sanji doesn't apologize, then he's a hypocrite for what he said about Usopp in Water 7. If he doesn't
Definitely.
apologize, I mean, I already thought that the way that Sanji handled his fight against Luffy kind of hurt his character a bit in my eyes. And that's pretty much the only part I disliked about Sanji in this arc, was I felt like Sanji should have known going through Robin and Usopp how to handle the situation. But if he doesn't say sorry, I'm mean, fucking pissed.
But can't you okay, put yourself in Zoro's shoes. Would you be able to sympathize with Sanji in some way? Because
Oh yeah, but the thing is,
comparing it to
Sanji has reasons for what he did, and that makes sense. I can justify why he did what he did, but
and
I
it
guess
also
like the
ties into what
expectation versus
Zoro
reality.
told Luffy before he even left Zoe. You're going up against a Yonko. There's going to be major issues, whether that have been with Big Mom herself or it could have caused an issue within the crew. And if you look at Usopp, his reasoning for fighting Luffy was kind of selfish. It was very selfish. And when you look at Sanji's situation, he actually did it to protect Luffy in some way.
Oh yeah, I mean like the reasoning behind why he did it is good, but just like what Nami said, is it doesn't matter what his reasons were, he went too far.
Yeah, definitely.
You could argue that's a legitimate complaint.
He knocked the tooth out of Luffy's mouth.
I mean, he literally beat the shit out of Luffy while Luffy wasn't trying to defend himself.
He was battered and bloody. I mean, that reading that chapter actually broke my heart. Literally broke my heart.
For me, I got sad, but I wasn't like, oh man. I don't know. For me, I was like, okay. I don't know. Maybe because I don't know.
It broke my heart, especially when Sanji gave Luffy that Diablo jump into the face, and then when he got in the cart and started to ride away, he started crying.
Yeah, that was a good part.
I
like that part.
I'm waiting for that part to be animated simply because. Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm too excited because I was severely let down with the Sanji versus Judge. Toei
Knows what they're doing. Don't make fun of Toei. They don't suck dick.
Toei is Toei. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I have high hopes for the Luffy versus the Enraged Army fight, especially with the emotional speech that'll be going on in the background where Sanji gives everything, like he puts his entire trust in Pudding. Even though we all know how that turns out, people who haven't caught up yet.
Why are you watching my stream? Is a better question.
Spoilers galore.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Toei is gonna fuck up everything until the end of time, so no longer care about Toei.
At one point, like before they announced Film Gold and they were hyping it up, like, okay, we have a huge announcement coming up. Be prepared, huge announcement, and people were going, okay, it's either one of a few things, either a new movie, a new special, or they're going to be talking about giving the rights of One Piece over to another studio. And when I actually heard Rogers Base say that at first, but when I heard that, I said, okay, who would be a good fit to pick up One Piece. Everyone was saying Studio Trigger, Studio Bones, and I'm like, but they don't really handle long running anime, so
Give it
what
to
are they?
Madhouse.
Yeah, they'll turn it into either a seasonal anime where it's like 12 episodes a season, and then we won't see it for like what 2 years. And then I started to think, okay, a studio who actually handled long running anime. What about Studio Period? They know how to do big moments. They've handled two long running anime, Naruto and Bleach. I was like, okay, I can actually see that, especially if you compare two very similar scenes when Madara brought down the planetary devastation compared to when Fujitora did his. I actually thought that Studio Period would have handled that a lot better. Like,
Yep.
don't get me wrong, Toei I actually thought that scene was okay, but from what I expected, it wasn't. Just no.
No.
That just
Only
wasn't
look forward to the movies for One Piece because that's where they care.
definitely.
Let's see. Other questions. Shimp asks, any ideas on Law? Why especially he wants to kill Kaido since the beginning? He never said anything why he wants to do all that. Well, I feel like that was kind of addressed by Sanji and Dressrosa, where he was like, Law, aren't you focusing too much on Dofi? Where it kind of alluded to that Law basically only wanted Luffy's help to go defeat Dofi. That was his life goal.
Yeah, he actually had the intention of dying there. But my theory personally, I apologize if this is promoting on your channel. Let me say
Say
that.
whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying to start a channel for One Piece. The only thing standing in my way is building my PC, which is I have the chair, I have the desk in my room, everything's set up except the PC. But my theory personally is that we know Law and Drake have a long running history together. Not so much as okay, we're friends, we're buddy buddy, but they know of each other. They it was on Barrows Island where they were in the same location. They even witnessed the same traumatic event. Law lost Corazon, Drake lost his father, even though he really didn't give a shit. And when they met again in Sabaody, the only interaction that we saw between them was Law asking him, "Hey, how many people have you killed?" And to me, not to read too much into it, that seemed like a real casual thing from someone you don't even know. My personal theory is that Drake and Law made the plan to take out Kaido. Drake's whole part in the plan was to infiltrate Kaido's group and begin to gather information while Law was supposed to take out Doflamingo. And there were two outcomes to the first phase of the plan. Law was going to take out the factory, weakening Kaido's army, and die in the process, but at least Drake still had a chance to take out his percentage of taking out Kaido still went up, or Law was going to come out of it, and him and Drake were supposed to take on Kaido, which would have increased the chances even more. Either way, the chances would have gone up unless Law failed, which is why to increase his chances from there on, when he came across Luffy, he saw an opportunity to increase the chances even more. But like I said, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, like we'll see if it comes true in Wano.
Hopefully, I have a really high expectations for Wano. Really, really high expectations.
I think most people do. Either reasonably or unreasonably, they're there. Let's see. Sanji cannot leave the Straw Hats. Are you guys still arguing about Sanji coming back? He's coming back, guaranteed, boys.
I don't think any Straw Hat will leave the crew permanently unless they die.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't even think you can consider that leaving the crew because I actually think they still consider the Mary to be a part of the crew.
Well, it's weird. It depends because if Sanji himself said he was no longer part of the crew, I feel like it's going to be another one of those Usopp parallel moments from Water 7 where he begs to come back.
Yeah.
Except different dialogue, obviously.
Zoro hiatus has been too long. Yes, it has. Zoro is my second favorite character next to Ace.
Ace your favorite? That's my boy.
Ace is my absolute favorite character. He's just so fucking dumb.
He's being a man.
Yeah, it was manly. It was manly, but come on. You disobeyed your captain twice. The first time when he told you, let it go, I have a bad feeling about this. No, Pops, he disrespected you, and I'm gonna go and fix this. He was a part of my division. Okay, I understand that. You feel responsible. But then your captain damn near gave his life and told you to go back to the New World and live. And you said, fuck that. He's disrespecting you. Just turn the fuck around, man. Just keep going. Just keep going. That's all he had to do.
Rip Ace. Let's see. The deity. Sanji greater than Zoro in importance to the crew. No one is greater than anyone else in terms of importance to the crew. Everyone has their own role they play. I'm not gonna play
Sanji's
favorites
important
there.
when it comes to keeping them alive. Zoro's important when it comes to keeping the morale and respect and Luffy's respect.
Let's see. More soup. What is the most controversial theory you have ever made or heard? That I have heard? Oh god, I could probably go through a billion ones, but that I've made probably my Sanji cake theory, just because people get triggered whenever they hear Sanji cooking. But other than that, I've been pretty like tame in my theories. So
Ace wasted Bonchan's effort. That was the worst. Oh yeah, I'm not even a big Bon Clay fan. Like when he was first introduced, I absolutely hated him. But as once we got to Impel Down, he actually skyrocketed on my fan favorite list. Still not in the top 10, but yeah, Ace really did waste. He really did waste his sacrifice.
But that's a good thing because it makes it all that more tragic. It gives you the feels.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a good thing. It's not that it's like, oh no, and like it's a wasted opportunity. That's good because it adds more to the emotional weight of Luffy's failure.
Something that I've always wanted to ask you, like face to face. At any moment in the series, did you ever cry or at least tear up?
Oh yeah, tons of times. Oh my god. When I was first watching the anime, basically every sad moment I cried like a bitch. Like I would tear up a little bit, but I legit remember because I was up at 3 a.m. binge watching One Piece when I was watching Marineford. Whenever Ace died, I was so choked up that I couldn't even say anything. I had to take my glasses off because I had tears streaming down. I was like, "No, Ace."
I didn't cry for Ace's death because I kind of saw it coming, but at the same time, it was like, no.
But same with Robin's backstory. Oh my god,
that was one of the three. That was one of the three things that made me tear up and cry. And it wasn't like a man cry where I'm sitting here and just. It was full on snot coming down.
The One Piece cry where you have like tears coming out of your nose and ears.
the Robin cry as she's telling Saul, "Oh no."
For me, like the part that hit me is wherever like they're taking Olivia away or Olvia, and Robin goes, "Are you my mom?" And I'm like, "Oh Jesus Christ!"
I actually think Robin has the saddest backstory of this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Number one on my list.
Her and Brooke, definitely. Robin, simply because she was the absolute sweetest little girl in the world. She just wanted someone to love her. Her aunt and uncle hated her. They took their child out for like dinner or something and left her with bread and then told her to clean the house. And then when you might as well say her entire world was destroyed. And when she was on the run, the worst of it, when she was on the run, she went to this old lady's house and she was genuinely happy to see this lady. And the lady opened the door and said, "Dearie, we have some visitors." And the Marines popped up. Like, what the fuck, lady?
Yeah. Poor Robin, dude.
Such a high bounty at only 8 years old.
See, Tyler Hawk. I had a question about the cake theory, but Joy Boy said I was probably thinking too much. I'm gonna say is what you wanted to say about it. Yeah, go ahead and ask me. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, check Twitter. Oh, okay, goddamn it. Oh, this is a fucking long ass piece of. Okay, I'm gonna read this. I have a question. : It was told to us that Big Mom's illness wouldn't go away unless she got exactly what she wanted, right? We saw this with Jinbei, her flashback, and Jinbei mentioned it again. Before the wedding, didn't Stroizen describe the cake to Big Mom before the wedding to the point where she was drooling, saying she wanted to eat it before the ceremony? And it got destroyed, and now she's on a rage. Then Pudding says we'll have to make a cake, chocolate chiffon cake, and says that will have to be better than the wedding cake. Okay. Even if Big Mom ate that new cake, shouldn't that not exactly work? Actually work because it's not the exact cake she wanted. And if it does calm her down, wouldn't that go against what we were told earlier in the arc? Well, no, because didn't Pudding specifically say that they actually have spare ingredients used to make that exact same wedding cake?
Yeah, I think so. They're just adding the chocolate factor to the cake.
So it's still because the thing is, there's supposed to be mythical ingredients. That was like what Big Mom wanted, those sweet mythical ingredients. And if you still have those, then I don't think it matters the exact design of the cake.
Yeah, they said that they had spare ingredients, but didn't earlier in the wedding ceremony, they said that they used all of the ingredients. They don't have the exact ingredients to recreate that cake.
Well, you can take that two ways. You can take that as either Pudding's lying, or if they don't have enough ingredients to create a cake of that magnitude again, because that was a big ass cake.
That's something else. What's your opinion on the whole pudding thing?
The whole Pudding as a character?
No, as of the last chapter Pudding.
Oh, like as in terms of like what I think it meant, or just like my reaction to it?
Your reaction, what you thought it meant, how do you see it proceeding? Like,
oh, reaction? I wasn't really surprised because I've basically been expecting this. I've been saying that Pudding is going to be in love with Sanji, so
you think she has that split personality, or you think she's just being a jealous bitch?
Pudding does have terms of split personality, but I do not think that's what it was in the last panel. If you go ahead and compare it to like other evil panels, and you look at the kanji in the bottom right corner of the panel, it shows Pudding's heart beating fast. And before that, she actually had hearts in her words and around her talking about Sanji.
It was just until she saw Sanji.
Yeah, basically, as soon as she saw Sanji, everything went out the window, and she basically just like lost track of what she was supposed to do. She's basically in love cook mode that Sanji would go on, except her version of it for Sanji.
A tsundere love cook mode.
I don't think it was really that bad, because if you look at Pudding's face, and this is something that you haven't seen on any of Pudding's other faces, is the fact that she has sweat marks, or like sweat drops. And the way Oda uses that is to emphasize anxiety, relief, and a bunch of emotions that aren't about hate.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't think it was like evil, like I'm gonna get Sanji this time, haha.
That's something else. Sanji, I don't get why people say, "Oh yeah, Yandere." Who is that? Ivan Martin. Thank you for the correction. Yandere, not Sundar. But that's something that I actually don't understand when people say, "Oh, Sanji's been taking L's in the New World." I actually think Sanji's been getting more of what he wanted in the New World than he did in Paradise or the East Blue. He's been getting girls.
Yeah, but he got Viola, and now he's got Pudding. So
not even just that. People have been taking like anime filler as of recently, taking it. Okay, that's just Oda giving his perspective and making it canon. You want to take that? You want to take that as canon? He's got Cosette too, and he got to go to Fishman Island and swim in the Mermaid Cove.
Yeah, Sanji's living it up.
You ask me, Sanji's been getting more W's than Zoro since the New World.
You want Reiju for Nakama? I mean, Reiju's really cool, but I do not see that happening ever.
Like I said, I'm not sure if it was the last stream you had or the one before that, but I'm on Oral Jackson 2, 6 King Gun, and I think Hashoko actually pointed it out. I'm a believer in Tashigi. I want it to happen. I do believe there is some kind of evidence for it, but at the same time, there is evidence for just about every other every character in the series. But I'm a huge believer in Tashigi. I want it to happen. I think it could happen. Do I think it will happen? No. But
I'll be in the same line then.
Yeah, I'm a huge believer in Tashigi. Somebody who I do think will join after Wano is Momonosuke.
Reiju is cute but boring to me. See, I thought Reiju at the start of Whole Cake Island was actually really mysterious and cool, and she had that big sister vibe. But recently, I feel like Oda's only used her to basically give Sanji blowjobs with compliments. She's kind of like delineated from like, I don't know, in my opinion, her status as like a mysterious, cool character. I don't know. She's still all right.
Reiju went from that mysterious, shadowy figure who you don't know what their whole motivation for anything is to I'm here to hype him up.
Yeah, basically, it's kind of just like, I don't know. I feel like maybe there was lost potential with Reiju, Because basically every time that we've seen Rage Race, it's like, oh, Sanji, you're different than the family. You're so amazing. You know, only
Where
you
I
would
would
do
like
this.
to see Reiju go after this whole situation is to the Baratie, maybe in a cover story.
That
Because
was
we
pretty
see
cool.
that she's not like Niji, Ichiji, and Yonji. She actually has emotions. Uh, they did say that she did say that Judge has like this kind of control over her. She has emotions, but she can't disobey his orders. If she can kind of get away from him, she may be able to make it back to the Baratier. Maybe even with a handful of the good servants or cooks, maids, or waiters from Germa solves Judge's whole. I mean, oh, I said Judge
All right.
solves Zeph's.
I
Solves
see in
Zeph's
the
whole
chat we
thing.
have the age-old debate of Sanji versus Virgo, and I just want to put my input in there because you guys are freaking gonna go nuts over it. So someone says the deity says, or Rami says Sanji greater than Virgo, and then deity says in response, Virgo beat Smoker and gave a tough time to Law. Smoker won that fight because if you look at what his purpose was for getting that fight, it was not to beat Virgo. It was to
Exactly.
get back Law's heart. So that
Punk
Law, so
had,
he wouldn't be in the debt of a pirate. It's just like whenever he was helping out Luffy earlier, pre-time skip.
hey,
Smoker hates being in
Hashoka,
the debt
what's
of
going
other
on, man?
people.
I believe that too. I hate it when people use that as an argument, saying that Smoker is over the top weak. Oh, Law beat him. In my opinion, Law actually won that fight fair and square. But at the same time, you can make the argument that Smoker was actually trying to keep Law busy in order for his men to get away. Law was chopping them up into pieces. But I will give Law that fight. Okay, yeah, Smoker versus Virgo. I'm not gonna say Smoker would have won that fight easily, but I do believe he would have won that fight. It's just that Smoker's intentions was not to beat Virgo, because even if he did somehow put Virgo down, Virgo's probably with Virgo's last breath, he
Virgo
probably
would have
would have
killed
killed
Law.
Law. He
Yeah.
still had his heart. And
Smoker is stronger than Sanji for sure. Yeah, guaranteed.
yeah,
Guaranteed.
I would
You
say
can't
so.
argue Sanji over Smoker, I feel like.
Yes,
Smoker's a direct
Sanji.
rival to Luffy, who will be the future Pirate King.
Thank
So
you.
I don't think you can compare them.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that. What is your opinion on the whole
Kobe Smoker as the actual Garp.
Kobe is Luffy's actual guard?
I feel like Smoker's because he's the one who's had more
Who's
interactions with Luffy and has been the chaser.
yeah, exactly.
And so, like, if you look at the way things is that Smoker started out being on the Marine side, but as he was witnessing Luffy's acts and his deeds, he's starting to warm up. So I feel like there's a lot more interactions and development between Smoker and Luffy, as
Exactly.
opposed to the earlier in the story,
He
just
still
between Kobe and
he
Luffy.
still wants to capture Luffy. It's just that he still holds him in high regards. He still respects him in a very, very like a rival type of way. Whereas Kobe is more like I'm gonna catch you, but I'm only saying this because I want to be strong. I'm still your
Smoker
friend.
is not stronger than Sanji, bro. Come on. What? How can you argue against
What?
that? What?
Kobe
It's
equals
Smoker, dude.
Sanji.
You think Sanji's stronger than Vice Admirals? Vice Admirals aren't a joke. They're the
I
next
think
in
Vice
line to
Admirals
being
actually
admirals.
vary. I don't think like that's another thing when it comes to One Piece. I don't think you can actually group power levels in with certain categories. Like Vice Admiral level, I guess you can. Yonko level, yeah, there I would put them all on the same tier. But Vice Admirals, I actually think they vary.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of what they can do, so it's kind of like, what do you
Yeah, except in the
judge it
Gundams.
off? Just Smoker and Virgo,
Yeah.
and that guy with the arms who grabbed Marco.
Yeah, I cannot remember his name.
He's not important.
He's not. hey, but he was still able to subdue Marco, who's
Yeah, with his
technically kind of
spider
like a
arms.
robot.
Onigumo. Is
Yeah,
that his name?
there we go. Wait, hold
Onigumo.
on. I have my phone right here. Onigumo. I think that is his name. Onigumo. One Piece Treasure Cruise and God, my internet sucks. Yep, Onigumo. That is him.
Boom, baby.
Right on the money.
Law beats Smoker too, by the way.
Yeah, I said that.
Probably. Law
He
probably Smoker.
beat him in Punk Hazard, and I will give that fight to him.
Law's fucking hacks, dude. So
that devil fruit is over the top. Imagine if his devil fruit like gets awakened. What do you think the potential for that? Does he still need rooms?
I don't know. I don't know if Oda's considered how overpowered Devil Fruits awaken, like base paramecia. Like what
Exactly.
would happen if Sugar awakened her ability?
What more
How
can she
would that even
do?
work?
She can already create giant nutcracker mechs. Like what?
Like
What
what if
else
Sugar
is
didn't
there?
have to touch you to turn you into a toy? Then
All she has to do
oh,
is just look
Pirate
at
King.
you. And technically, isn't she kind of immortal?
Yeah, she can't
Her,
age. I think that's
yeah,
the
she
thing.
doesn't age. Oh,
Let's see. Fun little discussion. Imagine Rob Lucci with Sugar or Perona's ability. That'd be busted.
that'd be over the
Well, Rob
top.
Lucci's like a fucking god, so I mean, him with any Devil Fruit is
I
gonna be
think
pretty
his
amazing.
I think his devil fruit actually complements him. Because remember when they said that zones increase your
Yeah,
stamina, durability, and all of that. And Rob Lucci is more of a up close fighter, not a I'm gonna stand back and throw ghosts at you to depress you, and then come in and. But yeah,
let's see. Anthony Castillo, what would be your best three Devil Fruit combinations? One Logia, one Paramecia, one Mythical Ancient Zone. Oh, so was it without counting Blackbeard's abilities. Oh shit.
okay, three combinations. Oh crap, those two. Okay, I guess I can say this. The first one would be NL's what is it, the Gorgoronomi.
Yeah.
Uh Personally, I don't think he has this, but Dragon's wind ability, which I'm just gonna throw in as a paramecia. And yeah, and I'll take Pell's Falcon Fruit. I'm a sky god now.
Hmm. I'm gonna count dragons as a Logia, use that, then Fujitora for Paramecia,
Oh wow.
and for Mythical Ancient Zone.
Oh wait, you said
Oh,
mythical or ancient? Okay.
yeah, it could be either or.
Swap out Pell's fruit for Marco for the Phoenix fruit. I'm a flaming thunder sky god.
Let's see. I don't. I feel like any mythical zone would just be overpowered with that combination that I had.
A Logia, yeah, Wind Logia with a gravity power. That's already hacks by itself.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And if you just put like it was like an actual dragon fruit, then like what the hell do you do?
That's Pirate King. That's Pirate King base right there.
Or like if you just put Marco's fruit on anyone, it's just like what the hell?
Oh yeah, Hashoko. I meant to say what's up, man. He said he
Oh
shouted.
my boy Hashoko. Tashigi is weak as fuck though. Kinda yeah, but she has
Yeah,
potential.
Tashigi. My whole argument with Tashigi is she has an inferiority complex. Every character we've seen her fight is way out of her league. It's She charged at Law. That was fucking dumb. She tried to fight Zoro in Law Town. Even at that point, I was like, okay, you were just introduced. I'll give you that, but you might not know who this guy is. Back the fuck off. But Tashigi has potential, definitely. I would love to see more of her, which is why I'm hoping she comes to Wano, which is actually why I think she's going to be in Wano.
It would be nice. She's a really unique character, and I want her to get more screen time just so she can have more development. But she hasn't really gotten that much
Definitely.
at all in the series, to be honest.
Especially the one argument that I always give for her joining the crew is her dream isn't necessarily tied into the Marines. And people's first argument, she's too weak. I hate that argument right out of the bat. If anything, she's just as strong as Usopp. And if you want to split hairs without Monster Point, she's just as strong as Chopper. And I think she would give Nami a run for her money.
She'd probably be stronger than Brooke.
She has
In a
the
straight
she
up
has the
sword fight, she's probably better than Brooke.
I'm not sure simply because yeah, she does have the sword technique, but Brooke is too fast to even see. We see Tashigi blink in and out when she moves. We don't even see Brook move his hand. He just tells you, "I cut you already," and you have to go off of that word. But I would definitely, I definitely see Tashigi.
Well, I guess it all depends what like Tashiki's policy. Like, if she stays in the Marines, if you believe in that, is what her rank would be end of the story, which would probably be like Vice Admiral.
Vice Admiral, I would say. But
yeah, she's a captain now, so the next step up will obviously be Vice Admiral, which would obviously be a lot lower than a lot of people were comparing them to.
Yeah, but yeah, back to what I was saying. The 2-week argument, I don't believe in that. She's a Marine. Personally, I don't believe the faction that you're currently in has anything to do with your potential for joining the crew. I apologize for anyone who's going, why isn't he saying Nakama? I don't like saying that word personally. Like, really, I don't like saying Nakama. But yeah, I don't think the faction that you're in has anything to do with your potential for joining the crew. And I actually like the idea of having an ex-Marine join the crew. It would seem pretty cool in my opinion. And you would do something that Roger never did to Garp. You took something he can't replace, his right hand. And it would give Smoker even more of a reason to hunt down Luffy. But like I said, that's just me personally. I've heard arguments that counter this, and there are huge holes in this whole thing. But I don't want to bore you with that whole thing. If you want to hear more about it, you can look at Oro Jackson, Nakama thread, cancer.
Every thread is basically cancer on Oro Jackson. I've come to realize. Vivek says Tashigi is obsessed with Zoro. Facts.
She's obsessed with his long sword.
That's right. Fucking Zoro will give her the Wado. You always ship Zoro and Tashigi. If I were to ever ship Zoro with anyone in the series, it would only be Tashigi at this point. But I don't know.
Yeah, you said that before. Like, people ship certain characters simply because of how they look together, not based off of
it's aesthetic appeal over what you think would happen in the story. And if you look at the story, the only real female character that Zoro has like more interactions with is Tashigi. And if you want to make a bullshit argument, it's that the only woman that Zoro has ever shown physical attraction to is Kuena in his flashback.
Yeah. She grabbed her chest.
She grabbed her titties that were still developing, and Zoro was like, let me get a reservation on those.
I have a question from someone. Wait, where did it go? I apologize, I can't find your name, but he said, "What is my opinion of Caesar for Nakama?" I don't like it. I don't like
That's why I have you join the stream. Fuck Caesar.
Caesar is a piece of shit. I've heard arguments for Caesar that just made me go, why did I join Oro Jackson? People say, oh, he could be like the scientist. I ask, okay, that's a role, but what would his overall like contribution to the crew be? Oh, he could create weapons. Frankie makes weapons. No, not regular weapons, like chemical weapons. That's against the Geneva Convention. Even in the real world, we don't use chemical warfare. That breaks the rules of war. And last time I checked, all was fair in love and war. They say, oh, he could cure poisons, but that's Chopper's job. No, Chopper is more of like a pediatrician rather than a poison expert. And I've also heard that argument again, like for people who said Law could join the crew when Chopper's more of a medicine, not a surgeon. Okay, if both of those arguments are true, then Chopper's a pretty shitty doctor.
Sure.
But Caesar for Nakama, I'm not with it. I would rather have Carrot join, and I do not want her to join. I think being on a lot of One Piece forums has killed my enjoyment of Carrot. I think I would have enjoyed Carrot's character a lot more if I did not read any One Piece forum. Since her first panel, from her jumping in and attacking and dodging Zoro's attack, people jumped on the bandwagon of Carrot for Nakama. It started off as a joke and gained way too much traction way too quick.
Well, the thing is that it's not a joke. Is that every arc the same thing happens? Is whoever is available for Nakama.
Definitely. Same thing happened with Rebecca.
Yeah, people were like, oh, Rebecca. People didn't even like, but they're like Rebecca for Nakama.
Viola for Nakama, Kiros for Nakama. That's when the Law for Nakama stuff
Hydrogen
started.
for Nakama.
Hydrogen. Well, technically, we did get Hydrogen.
But not Nakama in the terms of actually being on the crew.
The main crew.
He slid into Luffy's DMs. That doesn't count.
Zeus for Nakama. Hell no. That started out as a meme. That has become serious too on Aura Jackson. Hell no. I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
Pudding for Nakama? So I love Pudding as a character, but I don't think it's possible for her to become a Nakama at this point in time.
Okay, I hate when people give the argument of a character looks too similar to a character. That's why they can't join. But seriously, Pudding looks way too much like Nami. Way too much, in my opinion. Even with the third eye and her mean face. Okay, when she makes the scary face, yeah, I would make.
The main problem is that, so obviously, as we've seen in the story, is that Pudding is in love with Sanji. That's not going to go away if she joins the crew.
Yeah.
And think about it from a writer's perspective, is that Oda is writing a shonen.
He even said that at
if
one
he
point.
had Pudding on the crew, he would literally have to change characters and work around it.
He even said at one point he's not writing a love ship thing. He's doing a shonen. We're here to fuck shit up. We're not here to put lovers on a boat.
Yeah, it would just like, and also another thing with Pudding is that how would you justify anything she does in any arc? Because people would just be like, well, why doesn't Pudding just change his memory, or why doesn't Pudding just do this with her memory fruit?
Especially if she gets in close. If she gets in close and is able to pull the film out.
And then, like, imagine this. So a lot of people really like that Sanji's like a complete pervert, right? And if Oda continued to do that, he would then have to have Pudding respond every time, and it would make Sanji look bad if even if he had someone that was in love with him and he liked them back, he continued to perv on every woman that was in his sight.
That would be like Bartolomeo joining the main crew. It would get really old.
Yeah, it would be over. It would be too much.
Luffy senpai, Luffy Zoro senpai. I think that's another case of me being on too many One Piece forums because I hated Bartolomeo throughout the entirety of Dressrosa.
I didn't really mind him. I was like, okay.
At first, I did enjoy him because he broke out into full on tears when he saw Zoro, and I actually thought that was pretty funny. But being on Earl Jackson, people going Bartolomeo, oh, he could be the apprentice / cabin boy, and I'm like, you're going way too far now. And every time I saw him do something, it always jumped back to those comments. Like, no, that's just not for me. But I could see arguments for Pudding though. Like at one point, at some points, I actually do. Well, not now, but earlier in the arc, I actually did see the possibility. Oh, okay, Pudding is definitely joining the crew. I don't want it, but she's definitely joining the crew. But as of now, I just don't see any way that that's gonna happen.
Is Captain Buggy gonna show up in Wano? Maybe. I mean, so I feel like with Wano, when people ask who's gonna show up, you could literally say yes to everyone.
I don't think Buggy's gonna show up in Wano. I think he'll most likely be at Elbaf. I could see Buggy going to.
What's your reasoning for that? Just because of Hydrogen? Just because Hydrogen?
Hydrogen, and yeah, the whole situation with Luffy and the Giants seems like Buggy would have more connections to Elbaf rather than Wano. Even though if Buggy goes to Wano, he'd literally be invincible to just about anyone who doesn't have hockey. But yeah, personally, the way I like to see it, because Wano's already going to be littered with so many characters. But personally, I would rather see Buggy go to Elbaf rather than Wano. Personally, like I'm not a big fan of all of the Supernova going to Wano. I know you and Joy Boy really are. but I'm not. I really don't see it. Not completely because of a story standpoint, but simply because of how everyone looks. Like certain characters, yeah, I can see them going to Wano. Like Luffy, we see him change outfits all the time. Law, I could see him going simply because he's a swordsman. Um, Kid, I could see him going to Wano. I'm really not sure why. I just would love to see Kid go to Wano. Who Drake? I could see him going to Wano as like an Englishman traveling to Japan. Bonnie, Capone, maybe as like the Yakuza version of the mobster. But yeah, it's simply because of looks and aesthetics.
So let's see a question. Vegas asks, where do you think Pudding will end up at the end of the arc? I think Pudding's going to stay on Whole Cake Island.
Yeah, Whole Cake is definitely where she needs to be, or definitely where she stays.
Basically, that's basically just going off of like what I perceive to happen in my iteration of the cake theory. So I'm going to stick until that until I get proven wrong. Let's see. Dragon Ball Super is crap. You have a troll face. I don't even watch Dragon Ball, but they're trying to rile people up.
I stopped. I tried to get into Dragon Ball Super. It was just there's really nothing to it anymore. When I was younger, it pulled me in simply because it was just fight, 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 explosion, destroy the world. Now I'm older and it's where's the story?
Yep, that's basically how I feel. I don't really care about the explosions anymore, like I used to.
What are your opinions on the whole Monet thing? Whether it be
what about her being alive?
alive, dead?
Well, me and Enjoyable at least see eye to eye on death in One Piece. And until it's confirmed, I'm not going to believe it.
Yeah. Personally, I think okay, people say she's alive. I personally think she could be alive. And people say, oh, but we didn't get a body, so it's not confirmed. But the last time we saw her, she's presumed dead. So she's dead until confirmed otherwise. But personally, people make the argument, oh, Oda confirmed that her and Sugar are sisters. Why would he bring that up if it's not relevant? He brought it up in an SBS, but if she is to come back, I actually see her joining Law's crew more than anything.
That would be pretty cool.
And it solves Beppo's whole when we're in the submarine, I'm burning up because of all my fur. She has the snow food. Same goes for Caesar. I would like to see Caesar go to Law, not Luffy.
I don't want Caesar to go to fucking anybody. Fuck Caesar. Make him go to Capone so Capone can use him for the rest of his life.
I hate it. Are you familiar with the name theory that every Straw Hat is gonna have a certain
and people I'm
and people were going, okay, Caesar can't join because he has C for Chopper, but then when he got Gangster Gastino, people were going, oh, he changed his name. He even had like an info box that's his name now. He's gonna join the crew.
And people would do that for a lot of reaching, I feel like. Or if you wanted to, you could find reasons for anyone to join the crew, but I don't think it makes sense yet for Caesar to join the crew. Just because he's been on the same adventure the Straw Hats doesn't mean he's going to join the crew. And that's the reasoning I use for Pedro and Carrot not joining the crew.
Pedro and Carrot, I warmed up to Carrot because, like I said, I've been poisoned by One Piece forums. Pedro, I kind of warmed up to, but like I said, everybody constantly throwing out not even just reasons, reachy, shitty, ass pulley reasons for both of them to join the crew. It's like I'm absolutely done. I'd rather them just be like allies, not even part of the Grand Fleet, because I think we'll maybe have one or two new captains to the Grand Fleet. One who I believe is Hancock, but everyone else is just allies. But
so this is something about for an upcoming theory I have, but the premise of my theory, guys, is a little sneak peek, is that I believe, if you guys have watched Joy Boy's 11th Nakama video, is that, Momonosuke is going to come and ride aboard the Sunny just like Odin did. And basically, the incorporation of my theory is that I'm going to justify why Wanda, Pedro, and Carrot are going to be the retainers for Momonosuke during that time. So that's why I think the role of those minks are going to be moving forward.
When Jobo uploaded that, I actually commented on that. Why would, when Momonosuke rides along with them, he said Carrot and Pedro would be his retainers. I asked, why would Carrot and Pedro have that duty when they already have jobs back on Zoe, and not Kinemon, Raizo, and I keep forgetting this guy's name. What the hell?
Conjuro.
Conjuro. Why not those three? And I believe his response to it was, it's essentially to parallel Roger, but my opinion would be their hit Odin to Momonosuke, their adventure aboard the future Pirate King ship was the adventure leading up to Wano, instead of just getting on the ship and traveling with them for a short time and then leaving. After Wano, I think Momonosuke will probably leave, and people's argument against that is, but he's the next Shogun. I don't think the Shogun is a title that you get inherently through bloodlines. And people say, okay, but even if it was inherited through bloodlines, he's not. Momonosuke isn't the next in line. He's not going to inherit it. He's going to take it. That leads me to my next point. I don't think the title of Shogun is elected or given. I think it's a title of power. Like the strongest samurai in Wano.
Is this about heading back to monsters in Ryuma?
Definitely. Oh, I'm absolutely glad you've read Monsters. Have you read I believe the title of it is called Wanted, with Gil Bastar.
I think I actually have, but I don't really remember much about it.
He was a gunslinger in like a Wild West type setting. He had a ridiculously high bounty. The currency was unconfirmed because it wasn't berries. But the reason his bounty is so high is because he got his first bounty from killing someone in self-defense. So they put a bounty on him, and now every other bounty hunter that comes after him, he kills them in self-defense, and his bounty just keeps going up. And one bounty hunter that he killed became like a spirit or something. Now he's haunting him. So every time, so he's basically like Usopp. He's always nagging in his ear. And there's like this over-the-top, scary-ass bounty hunter that everybody fears, and he actually kills him. Like with this long-range, oh my god, how the fuck did he make that shot with a revolver dead in the head? That's basically Wanted. And I'm not gonna say theorize, but it's a fan fiction of mine that Sniper Island is going to be a bounty hunter-centric arc after Wano, when they start to follow the log pose again.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's gonna be Sniper Island, and then after Sniper Island, Hellbound.
You guys are still arguing about Sanji and Virgo. Holy crap! So one of you guys asked me, Deity, can Sanji beat Virgo? And in my opinion, no. I don't think Sanji could have beaten Virgo.
At that point, no.
I don't think so.
I actually like the idea. Someone brought this up to me in Aura Jackson in one of the private messages, which I've long left because it got really, really weird. But their main point was Smoker isn't the type of guy. He actually does believe in justice. He knows that the world government is corrupt. He knows they're shady, but he still believes in the justice system. And he's not the kind of guy who would leave someone for dead. And he said that Virgo survived the explosion in the lab because armament hockey, whatever. Ooh, excuse me. He has armament hockey. He survived the explosion. Smoker got Virgo's pieces, and his whole theory was he's going to bring up to the court, to the justice court for Virgo's case, but not as, okay, he's my friend, using him as a soldier. They're going to put Virgo back together, but keep his heart separate and use that as leverage. Okay, you're going to fight in G5, You're gonna get D rank, but you're gonna fight in G5, and that's gonna be. And he said that's gonna be Sanji and Virgo's rematch. And I said, okay, I can get behind the rematch part. I do believe Smoker is the kind of guy who believes in due process, but Virgo surviving that explosion with armament hockey after being chopped up into so many pieces, I'm not sure.
Oh, let's see. Okay, there's a comment. Remy said, "Wait, you think Smoker can beat Virgo, but not Sanji? Damn, the Sanji hate is real." First of all, I never said that Smoker could beat Virgo. I just said that he didn't lose that fight the way you think he did. It still would have been a very close fight regardless. But I don't. Do you actually think Sanji is stronger than Smoker? I don't
Yeah,
know.
like
I don't think a lot of people would agree with that.
yeah, if Sanji can beat Virgo, but Smoker can't, does that mean Sanji can beat Smoker? I'm I'm not with that.
I don't know. I don't think I'm not hating on Sanji. It's just like I guess it depends on you actually think Smoker is trash or something. It's not. I don't perceive Smoker to be that way.
A lot of the fights that happened in One Piece, I look at as situational. You have to look at every factor that's going on before the fight. Case in point, Smoker versus Virgo.
Remy, explain to me why you think Sanji is stronger than Smoker. I just want to know. That's very interesting. I don't know if I've heard many people say that Sanji is stronger than Smoker. Let's see what other questions. Sanji is weak at the moment. Just wait for him to become stronger, except then wait. Sanji isn't weak. I don't know why you guys are getting this opinion. Sanji is not weak.
By no walk of life are any of the Straw Hats weak. The weak trio, they're only called the weak trio because they're weak in comparison to the rest of the crew. But by no walk of life are they actually weak.
Sanji's really strong. I felt like you guys are being a little harsh in terms to like calling Sanji Longy or saying he gets too many L's. I don't perceive it to be that way. I feel like
exactly. And to be honest, I don't really. When it comes to Sanji in the New World, people say he's taken a lot of L's. I'm actually drawing a blank. The only loss you can technically call a loss is against Virgo, and he didn't even really lose that fight. They walked away, and at the same time, Sanji's body was kind of fucked up after Nami put it through the ringer.
I don't know. It's just
like I said, every fight, a lot of fights in One Piece are very situational.
Let's see. Remy says, "What has Smoker showcased better than Sanji? Observation hockey, physical strength, speed, armament hockey. I mean, who gets more screen time?
That's like the Fairy Tail versus One Piece matchup.
That's like saying, like, what has Dragon showcased in the series as far as observation hockey, physical strength, speed, and armor hockey go? If you go by that logic, then Sanji's stronger than every character that hasn't gotten screen time. I don't see how you can justify how Smoker is weak.
Is Sanji stronger than Shanks?
Hockey isn't stronger than Virgo's doesn't make him weaker. You can beat people without having stronger hockey than them.
Sanji didn't take any L's. People just didn't like how he's been portrayed for the New World, I suppose. Tyler Hawk. Yeah, I actually do believe that. Sanji hasn't really taken L's. He's just okay. Look at Sanji versus Niji. People say he took an L there. No, he didn't. Sanji refused to fight. He let Niji knee him in the back. Niji went stealth mode, like the Metal Gear Phantom Pain cloaking device. You don't think Sanji could have sensed him in any way?
Sanji would have a natural advantage not having a devil fruit because Smoker's weapons for people with a devil fruit.
Smoker's devil fruit is too lame. Whoa.
I mean, Smoker's pole is still a pole. It's not like it's only effective. You can still cover that in armor and hockey.
Look at Virgo. He took bamboo
and he made it stronger.
He cracked Smoker in the gut with it, and it destroyed a steel pillar behind him.
See, Sanji hasn't gotten an actual 1v1 fight except from Judge. Smoker is not weak at all. He is underrated, and he's going to be a future enemy for Luffy. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't see how you kind of made it appear in your previous comments that Sanji would have been able to beat Smoker if Smoker can beat Virgo, because I'm assuming that you think Sanji is stronger than Virgo.
I should probably bring up YouTube so I don't have to keep looking down at my phone.
Yeah, I'm streaming now, Mauler BT. I'm gonna be streaming basically in like 11 hours as well. So, boom, baby.
Man, just you're on it.
Yep. Tyler, I swear to God, dude, I'm gonna fucking ban you. Stop posting that shit.
I actually like getting in on One Piece streams. It's a breath of fresh air. I do not have many people to talk One Piece with. It's frustrating.
I don't really have many people talk One Piece either.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys heard me fart, I did that on purpose.
At one point, I thought Oral Jackson, the One Piece Reddit, I thought that would satisfy my, let's say, craving to talk One Piece. Absolutely not. It was nowhere near. Only thing that came close to getting to actually quenching the crave was I got in on Zoro Fanboy 124, one of their Grand Live Chronicles. That was actually pretty fun.
Let's see, guys. I'm probably gonna stream for like 10 more minutes, guys. I'm going to call it a night. So I want you guys to give me a few questions to answer, and then give me topics to talk about for tomorrow's stream that you want to watch or want to listen to. Because I just go into the streams just talking. I don't really have an agenda.
Jackson can ruin your enjoyment of One Piece.
Yeah, that's true.
Can.
Yes, it can.
It definitely can.
Do I ever think there'll be a salt devil fruit? I feel like if that happens, then they'll have to give it to whatever fandom is the saltiest at the moment. Like give it to a fanboy of that Straw Hat. Remember the guy who told you Dragon was a bad guy? Oh, that's you, Blizzle. All right.
Dragon is a bad guy. Oh, going back on one of the most controversial theories, Shanks is a villain.
Oh,
Shanks yeah. A while ago, that was a really, really controversial topic. Everywhere I looked, it was Shanks is a villain. No, he's not. Oh,
I don't believe it to be so.
Nah.
Is Sanji number one cook in One Piece? You know, maybe, but maybe not. I don't know, because like you would imagine there's always someone better than what you're doing. Is Sanji number one cook?
I think Zeph
I guess that would depend if Kamabaka Kingdom has a reputation of having the best cooks. And if Sanji's better than them, then yeah, he's the best cook.
I would.
Other than that, you could fantasize someone in the story as like, well, he's a chef and he's amazing.
I would still put Zeph above Sanji in terms of cooking. I definitely would, because I don't think he can do everything.
Are manga streams One Piece translations biased? They seem to be. They are 100% biased, and they have admitted to their bias. If you guys don't know, the translators for manga stream have admitted that they will change the dialogue to suit what they want the story to be. They have admitted to this, and they think it's better for the story. For instance, I know for a fact that some of the translators for manga stream, it was in like an interview they did a long time ago, is they are pro Luffy and Hancock shippers. So any chance they get, they will make that seem more appealing. Or if they hate Nami, so they will make Nami seem more of like a bitch than what the dialogue portrays. That's why you see weird interpretations of dialogue you would never see in an actual translation, like bitch, fuck, all the time. British slang, which is something you would never expect a One Piece character to actually use.
From a character,
but yeah, they're biased as fuck, and I hate them for it.
Hancock is the best cook. Well, you can make that argument.
You can make Hancock's been practicing cooking meat only, so you would have to specify it, break it down.
Oda even confirmed that in an SBS.
That's right.
2-year time skip, she got better at cooking meat.
That's right. Yeah,
Oh,
support Jimini's Box, guys. Jimini's Box gets it done right.
really? I thought their translations were kind of.
No, the translations are, if you look at the available scans, they are consistently the closest to the actual translation of the manga. I remember back, this is like maybe 20 chapters ago, is that there were threads in Oro Jackson comparing the mistranslations of manga stream to the real dialogue, and it was like at least like 13 every chapter
Oh
of
wow.
errors. And some of them were actually pretty serious. But John Minis is consistently closer. It's not always on because the original translators are obviously better,
Yeah.
but they're closer. They're not perfect, but they're closer, and that's what I want. I want the closest dialogue I can get.
And doesn't Jimeni's Box actually release their chapters before manga stream?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It depends on who's available to translate it.
Um, what are your what are your opinions on the whole hockey situation, the different levels, and
Oh,
how it
like,
can be?
oh, so is this kind of question of like, what do I think is available next for hockey? Like things that we don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
because for
I
me
don't
right
know what the
now,
next. I always thought like this would be a weird idea. Is if what if there was armament hockey you can put on top of armament hockey like a double shield?
whoa,
That would be crazy.
that would be hacks.
Because like I was like, what prevents you from actually doing that?
Armament hockey on top of armament
Like
hockey.
if you had great enough hockey, what stops you from having multiple layers of hockey defending your body?
Maybe that's how Virgo actually coats his body.
I don't know.
Because you saw he got extra buff. You don't get that. I've been to the gym and I'm still, yeah, there's nothing there.
Is Luffy strongest among the worst generations? I mean, probably. If it was come to an actual battle, probably, but it's probably really close between the top members.
I would
Probably
put,
interchangeable at this point. I don't know.
I would say Luffy and Kid are probably tied for first place, and then Law. And people shit on Kid because he lost to Kaido. What did you expect?
Will we ever see Sanji transform into a Kama mode to showcase his full power? I hope so. That would be so sick. It would be really weird, and that's an aesthetic that you would compare to like how Oda made Gear 4 to begin with.
It would be
Where at first people were like,
hilarious.
"That's really weird," and then it would be badass.
It would be hilarious. I could see it happening. I
Yeah,
even
I
posted
totally want it to
something.
be.
I posted something on Oral Jackson a long time ago about Sanji's next power up. People were saying electricity, plasma, or blue flames. I said pink flames, and I even gave it a name, Cupid's heel. The time limit on it is the burning of the cigarette. He can hit women for a short amount of time, but the drawback is once the time limit is up, he goes into a state of depression.
Hmm.
He hit women. He used his hands, but not as like to throw a punch, just to parry. That was just something that I came up with.
Is Sabo stronger than Luffy? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, most likely. That's
Do I
something
think
that I
Luffy will
wasn't.
ever be feared if he goes somewhere like the Yonko are feared for their power, but no one takes Luffy seriously? Will that ever change at the end of One Piece?
I don't
Well,
think
there
so.
have actually been cases of people being afraid of the Straw Hat name, just not specifically like Luffy showing up and people running away.
Yeah,
Will that
because
change?
after the time skip, the people were actually afraid of Luffy's name. Just mentioning it brought fear. But for Luffy himself, I think if he shows up, people would go, "Holy shit, that's Straw Hat Luffy." But I don't think there would be necessarily any fear behind it.
In other ways, that if that happens, like if Luffy becomes Pirate King or whatever, you would then have to have Oda show an instance of them going somewhere. Whereas, the way I see the story now is they're not going to be that many times in the story where the Straw Hats just go to random places and then it's like, oh wow, look, they're known.
Yeah,
Obviously, the notoriety will increase with each arc, but I'm not
especially
sure if it's
after
going to increase in a
they,
bad way.
especially after they're involved in bringing down the Yonko.
Yeah.
But one of the previous comments, that was something that I wasn't on board with Sabo getting Ace's Devil. I was I was not on board with that. It was not something that I was okay with.
Why?
Simply because I think I actually was a firm believer that Sabo was added in as a brother last minute, and I was a firm believer that Ace and Luffy were actually supposed to be biological brothers at one point. not maybe most likely half brothers because Ace is Gold Roger's son, Luffy is Dragon. But I had one point because look, to me they share way too many features to not have been brothers. But yeah, I didn't like I thought Sabo was added in last minute and Sabo was a copy and paste Ace, a shitty character. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, and
Well, you know that Ace was never originally supposed to be the son of Roger, right?
yeah, I do. I read that. It was
Yeah.
and Oda actually people actually ask that. What if people joke about that? What if Oda reads like forums and stuff? He doesn't read them. His editors do. And Oda asks, "What is the fan base thinking? Like, what do they think I'm gonna do?" Oh, they're saying stuff about such and such and this and that. Okay, what if Ace is Gold Roger's son? Holy shit! But yeah, but
Well, that's actually something that's not something that I feel like Oda came up with that on the spot because his editors didn't even know about it. It was like a surprise.
yeah, definitely.
Let's see.
But
One
the
of the last
reason that
questions. Let's see. If Sabo didn't come back in the story, who do you believe would have gotten Ace's Devil Fruit? I don't think it would have been introduced back into the story if Sabo wasn't there.
yeah,
There would have been no point because the point is to continue on Ace's legacy.
another thing that I like for Sabo would have been if he had his own fruit, not necessarily an animal. I read a fan fiction a while ago that I still post on the One Piece Reddit to help for someone to help me find. It was Sabo getting a mythical Zoan, a human fruit. The model was the Black Knight. It was a fan fiction. I enjoyed it. They even had like a link to their deviant art where they drew Sabo in like a black armor. And I was like, holy shit, I love this. And the three brothers, the three different devil fruit types, I would have enjoyed it.
Let's
I could
see.
do.
Oh yeah, the data. Yeah, it was a surprise. Like Oda's editors, like right before like the chapter was about to be released or whatever, Oda was like, "Well, what do you think about Ace being Roger's son?" And they're like, "Oh, holy shit, that's a really good idea." Because
Yeah.
if you guys know that the editors really didn't want Ace to die, they were adamant about Ace not dying. They thought it was a
Yeah.
mistake for Oda to do it, even
But
though
then
Oda
Oda
intended the entire time since Ace's
from Ace's
interaction,
initial introduction,
yeah, he was
he was
supposed to
set
die.
to die.
Yeah,
When I heard that, I was like, oh no,
yeah, there was never a chance.
no. And then when he released that what if Sabo saved
Oh
Ace, it
god, fuck me up.
felt like a sword through the chest. It hurt.
Oh, Afro the voice actor for Luffy, whenever he goes, Ace! Oh, that actually gets me emotional. The way he says it. Oh, ah,
I have an Ace
so
figure
good.
too. That and every time I look at it, it's like, please come back. That would actually be one of the only things in the story that I would not mind if it's an ass pull. Bring Ace back to life, please.
Don't do that. Don't.
I would accept
Don't
it.
bring people back to life.
Okay, if it's overused, it's bullshit. But if Dragon Ball Z can keep bringing Goku and shitty Krillin back, and people
No,
still
it
love the
proves the
series,
point of his sacrifice. Don't bring Ace back. Don't do Oda. No, I saw those fake spoilers, bro. Don't do
oh,
that shit
fire
with Mori. I
step,
will fucking kill you. Not
fire
really. I love you.
step.
I'll suck your dick. But
If
next
Dragon Ball
question.
can have the fucking Dragon Balls, if Naruto can have people living inside their child's body as chakra, and don't even get me started on that fucking reanimation jutsu. Why the fuck can't Luffy wish on a North Star or fall off the edge of the earth or something and give me back Ace? Please. Yeah, or Days of Future Past. Go back, fall off the edge of the earth and go back in time. Save Ace. Or send Sabo back in time. Make that what if a reality. Okay, I actually do have to go. Last thing before I get ready to go. Um say the whole Sabo thing, the whole Sabo what if, because I talk to people I actually have somebody I talk to on Xbox Live about One Piece. We do it every week, but the what if Sabo did save Ace, Whitebeard died, and Ace didn't turn around because let's say Sabo chopped him in the neck and knocked him out, and then they all left. Everything from Marineford played out as it is now. with the exception of one thing, Ace is alive. How do you think it would have played out? I want to
Well,
hear
I still.
yours. I want to
One
hear
thing, if
your.
Oda did that, is this for the intent of can I still have Ace die?
Yeah,
If he
it's
was
basically
alive,
what you
I
think
think he
would
might
have
have died in the Payback War. Because
happened. Okay,
with Ace, the Payback War wouldn't have made a difference. Blackbeard's way above them, so if the Payback War still happened, then they would have been demolished.
okay. Yeah, I wanted to get your opinion, and then I was gonna give you mine. Okay, I'm about to get a lot of people to hate me and probably few cringe moments. But personally, I think that people say Luffy Ace dying was Luffy's motivation to train over the time skip. I do think that was a big factor, like the emotional factor behind it. Adding on top of he wasn't strong enough to even get out of Sabaody without losing his crew. That was another emotional factor. But if Ace survived, and I believe Ace would have did his hothead moment thing, saying, "Okay, we need to go after Blackbeard. I'm going back after Blackbeard." Marco would have gave him this whole speech. Look what happened last time you said you were going after Blackbeard, but he killed Pops. I have to respect Pop's honor. Look what happened last time you tried to respect his honor. You almost got your little brother killed, and because you didn't listen to him the first time, Pops probably would still be alive. I think Rayleigh would still convince Luffy to come train with him over the 2 years. They would have still gone back to Marineford. Luffy paid his respects to the fallen pirates and Whitebeard. And Marco would have convinced Ace, go with your brother and train with him. We'll discuss Blackbeard afterwards. And when I think Ace would have eventually, after like 5 chapters of this is bullshit, he would have eventually said, "Okay, I'll do it." And once Ace agreed, Marco would have turned and asked, "Okay, where the fuck is Blackbeard?" The payback war would have happened. Ace wasn't there. After the time skip, Ace would have found out. And this is just me being an Ace fan. Ace would have joined Luffy's crew temporarily until they met up with Marco at Wano, and then that would have been his full introduction into the crew. I think I still would have liked to see Ace lose his white beard tattoo and replace it with a straw hat Jolly Roger and get like the tattoo that Marco had on his chest, like on his wrist or somewhere. But yeah, that's just me. That's just me
Some
being
hot
an
fan
Ace
fiction.
fanboy. Yeah, that's just me being an
Just
Ace
turn that into a yaoi fan fiction with Ace and Marco.
fan.
Ace kun.
Hey, Joy Boy's in
Marco senpai.
Joy Boy's in the chat.
That's right, JB. Joy Boy, give me a topic to talk about whenever I stream. Do it now. That's for in the next 11 and a half hours, 10 and a half hours, whatever it is.
Hey, you have my Twitter. If you feel the need to, if you would like to have me back in here, I would love to be in here.
Goddamn. Goddamn. Hell yeah.
Oh, another thing the whole hockey development thing. Um, armament hockey. We've seen that there are different levels to observation hockey, aura perception, foresight, and aura perception, foresight, and there was one more. Oh, and in the sixth sense, like a spider sense, aura perception, and foresight, which allows you to see into the future, kind of. The advanced foresight is obviously what Katakuri can do. He can see further into the future rather than just predict your opponent's next immediate move. What about armament hockey? Instead of just protecting your body, what if there's a certain way to
Protect your mind so you can stay off drugs.
that
Kids.
that
Don't do
too.
drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids. Except weed. That's not a drug.
Except weed.
That's not a drug. No, but yeah, not so much invisibility, but kind of like to mask your presence. I'm not sure if you've ever read A Comic Got Killed.
Oh yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah, like mask your presence. It's like invisibility, but not really. It's just that's just wait.
Joy Boy likes you. Fangasm. Oh my god.
Oh,
Joy Boy.
Joy Boy, you are one of the first One Piece YouTubers I ever watched. You, Zoro Fanboy 124.
Eat his ass out. Do it.
Zoro Fanboy 124. Brago, and a few others that I actually can't think of right now. But the fact that you're giving me your praise, I love it. I love it. Joy Boy.
Tyler, stop talking about this. You sent me this before, not even on stream. It's a bullshit. It's bullshit, dude. I don't. You basically just point out the most convenient things in the story. I don't care about making Kaido drown.
Hey,
Fucking Tyler, you're a troll.
Like we never left. All right, I actually have to get going. It's like 2:30 where I am. I have to be to work in like 5 hours.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, I might not even go to sleep tonight. Who cares?
Oh my god, I wanna ruin your day, dude.
Hey, my day was ruined when I woke up and had to go to work. I hate that job. If I wasn't poor, I'd quit. But like I said, you have my Twitter. If you'd like to have me back on, I'd love to come.
Yeah, sure.
I'm starting a YouTube channel as soon as I'm done building my PC. I actually just ordered the tower for my PC. So look forward to my channel.
That's right. Check out Silvers whenever he gets to this channel.
Silver 000. Not sure if I'm gonna have an opening yet or something that's kind of catchy. Something that's kind of catchy like Brago back like we never left, or hey there, YouTube, Joy Boy here.
It's not hey there, it's hey YouTube, Joy Boy here. Hey. So today I want to talk about why my dick is bigger than yours. And it's really interesting because after the latest chapter, people thought my dick was little, but that's just not the case. Check it out.
Hey, I actually admire that about Joy Boy, the fact that he can keep his words in a certain flow without having to pause.
Yeah, he's a rapper, secretly.
Oh, white boy, rapper. You I play with kids. All right, man. It was fun. I gotta go.
Yep, no problem.
Have a good night.
See you, dude. All right, guys. I know I said 10 minutes for the stream like 30 minutes ago, but I mean it this time, 10 minutes. Ask me all the stupid questions you ever wanted to ask me about One Piece. I'll answer regardless of what they are, but I'm not uploading this stream. I'm going to delete it afterwards. The Bulbasaur rap, shit's lit. I got to slow down the intro a bit. I also have to, because I will be spoiling you. And now you've read the chapter, let's begin. Wow, guys, dab. Do I ship Nami and Luffy? Yep, I do. Oh, you don't want me to delete Silver's? Fine, I won't delete it for you. I won't delete it for you. I don't know, it's kind of like a weird awkward stream where it wasn't really like, I didn't really follow a pattern, but I'll do it for you. If I could change one scene in One Piece, what would it be and how? I would have to, I don't even know. Goddamn. Is Nami harder than Robin? I say no. I mean, that's opinion based. For me, Nami all day. Nami all day. Nami's a favorite character. Basically. Aside from Luffy. Change it. I don't know. There's like, if I were to change anything about One Piece, I feel like everything pre-time skip's good. Dressrosa? I don't know. Oh, Choba's good at the end of Dressrosa and the countdown. That's a good idea, actually. Let's see. Is Ivankov stronger than Big Mom? Nope. Do you think there will be a new form of second and Gear 3rd of Luffy since he has a full version of Gear 4 now? I don't think so. I don't think so. What's my favorite scene of the Straw Hats fooling around the ship? I watched those clips on YouTube for hours. I also watched those clips on YouTube for hours. And so this is a filler one. This is right after the Arlong Park. But there is a scene wherever Zoro was like just waking or like playing around on the ship, and he's in the corner, and Luffy goes asks Zoro to play tag with him, and Zoro's like, "What are you, a kid? I'm not an idiot." And then Usopp calls him a chicken, and they start making fun of Zoro. And Zoro like gets mad and he starts chasing Usopp, and Usopp runs around the mast of the ship, and Zoro actually gets lost. He couldn't keep track of Usopp, and it's hilarious. And Luffy's off in the corner saying, "Zoro, you have to play with me too," and Zoro gets pissed off. That's great. Alex says, "Yo, stop playing and talk about if Zoro leaves the crew, will he get Conqueror's Haki? Why does it have to be when he leaves the crew? Why can't it be, will Zoro get Conqueror's Haki? Because I think he will." Well, see, I don't know. Silvers wants me to upload it, but I don't know. I don't know if this is appropriate to upload it. Maybe I'll put it on unlisted or something. But I don't know. I feel like this stream wasn't. I don't know. I feel like I didn't really do that much this stream as far as answering questions. I was kind of messed around. Is Mihawk stronger than Big Mom? Nope. You never seen those vids? Oh my god, dude! You gotta see those vids. It's hilarious. What is the funniest looking animation shot that got poorly animated by Toei? Oh my god. Keep on listening. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll have to like go through a list. How many good important moments just totally got fucked over? God. Don't worry, I love you, Tyler. You guys think Mihawk is stronger than Big Mom? Really? You think Mihawk can take Big Mom down? I don't think so. I don't. No, I'm gonna say no to that. I don't think Mihawk is actually stronger than the Yonko. I think Mihawk's really close, but I don't think Mihawk will be able to like. I don't know, because we're pretty much playing with fire here. Because like, how do you determine what the strength is? Because like Mihawk is my fourth favorite character in the series, but I don't think he can beat Big Mom. Mihawk versus Katakuri. Mihawk, yeah, Mihawk, baby. Who is the traitor in Zoe? Ask Joy Boy, because I believe what he believes. Does it matter if you can outspeed Big Mom? I mean, Big Mom, I don't know. Like, I don't think Mihawk is Yonko level. I think he's teetering. Let me see here. What other questions? Do I think Nami is jealous when Reiju saved Luffy, or is it just a blush scene since it's One Piece? I think it's a scene to kind of highlight, like, so like a lot of people think that Nami is like really outgoing and that basically that she's like a whore, right? And that's not the way I see it at all. I feel like that was kind of to illustrate the maiden-like nature behind Nami, where she's comfortable with her own body, but when it happens to other people, it's kind of like a foreign thing that she's never seen before. Oh, what, Foss, Tyler? Isn't that what Tekking said or whatever? Because Rayleigh didn't have Conqueror's Haki while in Roger's crew. Where was that ever said to be a thing? Did Rayleigh himself say that he developed Conqueror's Haki after the disband of the Roger Pirates? So when is my Carrot Zoe theory coming out? I remember you. Yeah, when is it coming out? So I was working on it. I was working on the script earlier this week around Tuesday, and I was like, how do I construct this in a way that I want it to appear? And like, I want this theory to be like completely perfect. And I was working on it, and I just wasn't satisfied with what I was doing. So I deleted everything that I did, and I started over from scratch. I did this like 2 or 3 times, where I wrote part of the script, I wasn't happy, deleted it. So once I make the script the way I want to make it, that gives the theory justice, then I can record it. And the editing is very simple. I do the editing fairly fast. The hardest part is just making the script of what I want to say. What other questions am I missing? One Piece fans are mad childish. That's for every. You'll find that in every manga, basically. Get these out. Boom, baby. Naruto's a trash protagonist. No, I think Naruto's a fine protagonist. I mean, the only parts of Naruto I really disliked were the last arc. Is Big Mom stronger than Whitebeard? All the Yonka are basically on the same level. I would probably put Whitebeard. I mean, if you're talking about Whitebeard when he died, or Whitebeard Prime. Whitebeard Prime is like Roger level, in my opinion, at least. I think, and Whitebeard's an OG. You have a theory about Chopper being an awakened zone. I feel like that's a common theory. Are we ever going to find out why a VV card does what it does? Yeah, probably. Maybe. It depends. Where do you think VV cards are made? That's an interesting question. Are we ever going to get to the specific place that actually constructs VV cards? I don't know. It's really hard one. Like, how would you? What would that even be? Elbaf? Ooh, Elbaf? 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 So my opinion on Roger is that, for me, Roger was basically slightly above what we now perceive as Yonko. Because Roger isn't like easily defeating what we recognize as the strongest people in the verse. That's not going to happen. He's very strong, but it's not like, oh, wow, Roger's so much above you and like all the other Yonker are down here. From the Atom Tree? Yeah, I can see that making sense. Well, here's the thing. If you wanted to justify it being an Elbaf, is that the chopping of the wood occurs in Elbaf, one of the sacred trees, and then it's shipped somewhere else for business. So people purchase the wood from the giants, and then they use it to make the VV cards. Because I think it was told to us that VV cards are made in a certain shop. So it could be part of like a business interaction thing you got going. I wonder who started the concept of hockey. The Sage of the Six Paths. He created hockey. Will Luffy get his second Devil Fruit? Luffy does not need a second Devil Fruit to beat Blackbeard. I'm assuming that's what that's kind of hinting at. I don't think it's necessary. I don't know how that would be possible. How did Sabo make Luffy's card in a rubble-filled Dressrosa? We don't know. It was never actually like told us when Sabo had the time to do this. We don't know. Remember the island Scotch was guarding? There was a weapons factory there. Is that linked to iron ore? That would be pretty cool. Do I think One Piece was better before the time skip? If you're talking about better arcs, yeah, I think so. I think one pre-time skip was like everything was amazing. 10 minutes. What is it? Fuck. 2:40. All right, guys. If you want to ask me more questions, stop around at 1 p.m. Eastern time. All right? Okay? Be there or be square. I'm going to stream basically until before I have to go to work. So be there for the stream. We're going to talk about LBAF. We're going to talk about other things. Maybe I'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, like big name topics. I'll give my thoughts on what it's supposed to be. So stop by. And until next time, guys, see ya.